Today, Israel is fighter for peaceful nations, freeing Gaza from Hamas and saving Iranians from the Islamic Republic. What Israel is doing to the IRGC is a gift to humanity. There are 57 Islamic countries and only one Jewish state, Israel. Despite the ongoing hateful desire to eliminate it, Israel has not only survived, it has thrived.
Hi guys, you're welcome to the Dixon's View. On today's video, we'll be reacting on the events that are unfolding as a result of the crisis in the Middle East between the United States of America, Israel, and Iran. Authorities in United Arab Emirates are trying to justify the actions of the Israeli authorities over the military action or invasion in Tehran. Let's watch this video together.
Declare open Agenda Item 7 entitled Human Rights Situation in Palestine.
Israel has institutionalized a systematic regime of torture with a genocidal intent against the Palestinians.
The policy of extermination,
genocide, crimes against humanity and war crimes.
Occupation, settled colonial apartheid and genocide.
Colonialism, oppression and apartheid.
Colonization.
Colonized.
I now give the floor to the representative of Ingenieur du Monde.
Mr. Chair, I heard the term colonizers, but who are the real colonizers? A Jewish kingdom ruled in Judea for 1,000 years. We, the Arabs, took this land. Who Arabized Egyptians, Phoenicians, Persians, and Amazics? It was us, the Arabs. So why does the Council enshrine a lie by keeping a permanent agenda item on Palestine while ignoring the indigenous heart of Israel returning home? Let us be clear, who is actually defending our sovereignty? Today, Israel is fighter for peaceful nations, freeing Gaza from Hamas and saving Iranians from the Islamic Republic. What Israel is doing to the IRGC is a gift to humanity. There are 57 Islamic countries and only one Jewish state, Israel. Despite the ongoing hateful desire to eliminate it, Israel has not only survived, it has thrived. I don't believe in miracles, but this is one. So I ask the UN, when will you end the ritual of condemning Israel? Is it not time instead to learn from Israel how to defeat terror, defend free societies, and pursue peace?
Joe Kent, who was appointed by President Trump, the director of the National Counterterrorism Center with the highest top secret clearance, resigned just last week and said Iran was never an imminent threat to us. We went to war because of Israeli influence. You can talk to people in the Pentagon up and down the U.S. government who will tell you the same thing. I'm not saying it means they're telling the truth, but it's certainly strong evidence when people at the highest levels of our government who have access to the most sensitive data are coming and saying that this is a war for Israel, that Iran posed no imminent threat. You have to at least count that as evidence.
You started by citing Joe Kent as the extent of the actual evidence. Joe Kent went on Tucker Carlson in the aftermath and speculated that Israel was the one that tried to kill Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. To understand how absolutely stupid that conspiracy theory is, you just have to consider how aggressively pro-Israel Trump has been. There's a town in Israel named after Trump. They like Trump much more than they like Netanyahu in Israel. So the idea that Israel would have tried to kill Trump on the campaign trail tells me that something is going seriously wrong in Joe Kent's mind. For that reason, I do not view him as a credible source of information alone. You add on top of that, if I was that high up in power and I was saying, I know for a fact that the United States president was influenced by lobbyists, that statement would be followed by a whole bunch of receipts. 0 receipts we've gotten from Joe Kent. And that in combination with his weird conspiracy theories makes me just totally discredit him as a source. Show me the evidence.
I don't think Joe Kent's statement should be taken as gospel. The idea that he's supposed to present evidence is a bit unreasonable because whatever evidence he could present by definition would be top secret, and they're already looking to imprison him the way they do with every whistleblower from Daniel Ellsberg to Edward Snowden. So I don't blame Joe Kent, who's already under FBI investigation, for not showing us all the top secret documents that he pilfered from the government when he left. But this is somebody who devoted his entire life to defending America. He went and fought in these wars. He lost his wife in these wars. He then went to work because Trump appointed him at the highest levels of the federal government. The minute he says something about Israel, he's mentally ill. He has some kind of dark heart and all these other attacks. You go back and look at what has been said about every American whistleblower. They immediately, when Daniel Ellsberg revealed that the U.S. government was lying about the war in Vietnam, said he's a Kremlin agent. They broke into his psychoanalyst office because they wanted to present him as some degenerate who is psychosexually twisted. This is the playbook on every single whistleblower. And I'm going to need a lot more before I conclude that Joe Kent is mentally ill, before I completely discount what he says. And like I said, Coleman, he is not the only only one who has been saying that American foreign policy is dominated by Israel. American politicians at the highest level, including presidents, have been saying that for decades. Scholars have written books on this. This is not something that Joe Kent woke up and invented one day. And I think these kind of character attacks on him as a way of disproving what he has said are a bit ugly.
Not really a character attack. I actually do have a lot of sympathy for whistleblowers. If they blow the whistle responsibly on government overreach, I'm totally for that. And I'm against characterist assassinations. I'm against what they try to do at Ellsberg. So don't let me in with that motive. What I'm saying is anyone who says something as insanely illogical as Israel tried to get Trump killed, clearly there is something going on making that person irrational. If you look at the actual scale of the Israel lobby, it's a relatively small lobby. Like, as I said to Dave Smith, the entire pro-Israel lobby, not just AIPAC, the entire pro-Israel lobby was outspent in terms of lobbying Congress during the Obama years by the dentistry lobby. And it's approximately, we're talking 1.5% of the dollars spent lobbying Congress as lobbies we really think of as big, like big pharma, big oil, big tobacco. Relatively small. It can get things at the state level. It's not nearly powerful enough to get us involved in all these wars that people like to blame on it. And that's basically how I see the issue.
So let me just, in terms of the last point about AIPAC, I mean, I think if we are going to frame it as binaries, like either AIPAC is all powerful and omnipotent, and every single time they snap their fingers and want something, they instantly get all of it, or the alternative is AIPAC is really kind of weak. And I think it's kind of a disservice to the discussion. I think the truth lies in the middle, but far, far closer to the end of the spectrum where they're extremely powerful.
So if the Israeli government will take action to protect itself and our citizens, it shouldn't be seen as something that is planned to occupy their country. Some of them are even calling the Israeli government a terrorist government. Meanwhile, the Islamic government in Iran is the head of terrorism in the world. So we don't really have to blame the United Arab Emirates representative in the United Nations, who openly acknowledged the fact that the government in Tel Aviv, Israel, is trying to, all they are doing rather, is protecting humanity across the world. Because they have been speaking up. They have been speaking up repeatedly. I can recall some time ago, the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, who was in the United Nations, and he openly complained of what the regime in Tehran was doing. And if their action is seen as an action that will save their citizens and their country, and in extension, the whole world, then why do we have to criticize him or condemn his action and that of the government in the United States of America? It is totally unacceptable, because it is within their right to protect their society, their country and their citizens. So whoever sees it as a bad thing should also ask himself if he or she is in support of spreading terrorism across the world. Let's know what are your take and your thought as well in the comment section. See you in our next video.